Can everybody hear me? We'll get this thing started about 5 minutes early so we can let some folks get on here. I wanted to check the sound first. As you can see, I'm excited, celebrating with the good stuff. Got my water in my Conky's cup. Got my Joy hat out here, Elite Nutrition sign, Razor shirt. All the sponsors are on camera. That's good. Even some that aren't, which someday I'm going to make an ad in full cry. I'm going to give them some of my sponsorship dollars because they are an important business as well to support. And hopefully, maybe one day they'll do the same for me. So, can you guys hear me? First of all, let me know. I see the numbers creeping up. Brody Julian, all good, he says. Good deal, good deal. Man, it's been a crazy day. It's good to be home. Kyle Fenton says loud and clear. We're going to try to start doing these Wednesday night lives. Wednesdays are like literally, unless there's a week long hunt like World Hunt Nationals, whatever. Um, that's literally the only night I'm guaranteed to usually be home. Jace plays basketball on Monday nights. Lexi plays basketball on Tuesday nights. Cree's softball games are over for the summer. And so we're going to try to do this more. It's probably going to be either subscribers only or members only going forward. Right now they're public, but we're going to try to do all that. And we're also going to bring a co host in. We're still working on that. Our Wednesday Night Live at least a couple times a month and try to bring a co host in. Who would you guys like to see co hosting Wednesday Night Live? Because you got to remember, um, not only do they have to be entertaining and well spoken, much unlike myself, but they have to be able to use their computer and do all that stuff. Jed's, I think Jed's full blown retired, Brody. He would be a good one, though. I want to get Doherty to do it, but I don't know if that hillbilly can run this mic and a webcam and all that stuff or not. I may have to travel all the way down to Kentucky to do it. I know Kurt can't do that Sizemore, Jacob Sizemore. There ain't no way. Justin Miller says Kurt too, which Kurt's only 2.5 hours from me. What do you guys? Because we're working. I'm gonna let you guys. We're still 2 minutes till 6. Got some more people coming up, but we're working on getting the Fuel by Joy podcast is closely linked to, of course, me and Kane Stream. So we're working on getting regular co-hosts for that. Kurt is in the mix, but it's a 2.5 hour drive down to Kurt's, and I would have to do that in person. Kurt just quit having a flip phone, so I know there ain't no way he can do all this. But yeah, I don't know. We're still working on it. Cody Moreland would be a good one. Maybe blend in some of the Squirrel Dog stuff with the Coonhound stuff. We're also going to start with the podcast once a month with me and Callie and Mike Green getting together via Zoom and putting that on this channel as well as the podcast too. Do that once a month, get all the different working dog breeds together in one podcast, or at least the ones that we're representing now. But yeah, who's excited for this gold member drawing? We're doing it tonight. 2 gold members. They are going to get a shot to hunt against the big boys in the Elite Handler Series. What we're going to do is I have all the gold members on a list right here, and we're going to draw their number out of this bucket. Yes, I went old school on the bucket. 2 of them are going to get to hunt against each other. Dwayne White, I know he's excited. I've talked to him, a few others. They're all wound up. And what we did, Dwayne White's a good example. There's a guy who has been a gold member for 4 months. I think I had a pretty good chunk of long-term gold members. But for every month that you have been a member, a gold member of the Cane Stream Media YouTube channel, you get a spot in the bucket. So Dwayne White gets 4. Several others get 4. JD Knight, Shawnee, Casey Kirkham, James Hudson, Chris Zink, Micah Carter, um, Colton Ingram, Scott Sifford, just to name a few. James, I think I said James Morgan, Kelly Demko, Porter Smith. There's a bunch of them. Those guys are going to get more chances than the guys who have only just been in here for the last month. And so what we did is if you've had 1 month of membership, you get 1 chance in the bucket. If you've got 4, you get 4. 3, 3, 2, 2, etc., etc. And then you look at like Yant. God bless him for being a gold member, but he's already a member of the Elite Handler Series. He's already on the roster, so he can't be called. You look at Joy Dog Food. They're a gold member. Obviously, we're not going to call them. I don't see Nick or anybody from the office wanting to hunt. Wade can't hunt in it because he owns part of it, and so he won't be able to. I'm getting a message right now. Give me a second. Yeah, good message from Rob Wrightenberry. But anyway, 4 months and 30 days. Dwayne's wanting that extra spot. I've already cut him up, and I went analog on this one. I wrote all the numbers down. I wrote all the names down. I put them in a bucket. I was going to try to do a live drawing on my phone that was kind of on the screen here, and then I thought, there's a lot that can go wrong there. So I am going to do it analog style. Put the names in, put the numbers in the bucket, and draw the names. But it's the gold members and all the Cane Stream members, bronze, silver, and all that that help us do all this stuff, along with our sponsors that I've already mentioned. You guys, it's about 50-50 sponsorship and membership dollars that pay for everything. And the more members that we can get, the more Elite Handler Series events that we can have. You get guys just really wanting Elite Handler Series matchups, and we would love to make one every week. We really would. But every Elite Handler Series matchup costs us right now around 1,800 bucks. And so that's a big chunk of our budget. That is literally probably all and then some of our extra budget that we can use for Elite Handler Series hunts. And so sometimes it takes a month or two to build that up, and then we go do it. And then we just try to keep raising our income to the point where eventually we can have more hunts. And so it is you guys that help do that. And for that, we want to do our best for our members. So we try to make exclusive content every chance we get. We try to give you guys prizes and stuff like that as far as giving you a chance to hunt in the Elite Handler Series. We are going to start doing a monthly drawing for things like Joy hats, Conkeys water bottles, maybe even get up into some higher end stuff for all the members. Whether I think we'll do one a month, something small for the bronze members, something bigger for the silver members, something bigger for the gold members, and give you guys some stuff back. And obviously, thank the sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. So, first things first, and we are going to do the gold member drawing probably towards the end of the live stream. And so you guys are going to have to stay tuned for a while. But Dustin Couch, there he is. Hey, buddy. We want to start off by seeing if you guys seen the rankings. I have got phone's been blowing up all day. Where's Doug Hebner? Where's Michael Ward? Where's this guy? Where's that guy? Where's all that? We can't put everybody in the top 15. And we did make it more than a top 10, just to see, because every time we come out with a top 10, I get handlers messaging me, I get fans messaging me. Where's this guy? Where's that guy? And so I thought, I'm gonna take the next five. They're not in order, as the votes have gone, and there was hardly nothing separating 9 through 17. Um, Hardly nothing. And so a couple of them guys are knocking on the door. I do feel bad for Ward because Ward, I'm trying to pull up the rankings now. Ward lost, I think he was 3 and Bell was 7, or he was 4 and Billy Bell was 7. So he lost to the 7th place guy. That knocked him barely out of the top 10. Actually, it knocked him down to 11th. But he hasn't had a hunt since. And so as he gets knocked down and as these hunts keep going on, it seems like every hunt Ward would just get knocked down one more spot, one more spot, one more spot, one more spot. Um, he's 0-1, so how do you put him ahead of, the next five guys in that particular order? How do you put the 16th guy, 17th guy, 18th guy, all the way down to top 20? Who are you taking out? And I mentioned that whenever people were talking about this on some of the social media posts, who you remove. Lane Denny had a win over Cheyenne Cummings. Steve Yant was ranked, I believe, third. He got knocked down 6 spots, after his loss to number 2 ranked Ryan Krausen. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. It's just like this with any other rankings, whether it be college sports, fighting, boxing, MMA, UFC, you name it. Justin Miller says he subscribed to the YouTube channel, can't figure out how to become a member. Justin, there should be a join button right by the subscribe button. Now, I've had 4 or 5 people, um, out of all our members, which we've got, several, uh, tell me that they had a hard time subscribing. And sometimes I can help them, sometimes I can't. If you go right next to the subscribe button, there should be a button that says join. Um, Sometimes people have had trouble doing it on their mobile device, but they're able to do it on their desktop. Sometimes they can't do it on their desktop or laptop, and they can do it on their mobile device. So just send me a message to my personal Facebook, and you may already have. But sometimes I just can't help them. We probably lost 5 or 6 members because they can't figure out how to sign up. So there's Dwayne White coming in, said he had to do his on the computer. The app wouldn't let him do it, and it's not common, but I'd say 1 out of every 100 people are having trouble being a member. So I think the main thing is make sure on that device that you're logged in, check your Google account, all that stuff, and see if that helps. So what gripes do you guys have about the rankings? Because I want to hear it. You look at Billy Bell, he is your number 1 ranked contender. Of course, Strickland's still the champion. Ryan Croson, number 2. Dual Murphy, 3. He went from 2 to 3 this week after Croson's win. Engel 3 or Engel 4. Weed down there at 5. Zach Burden 6. Bobby Burden 7. Lane Denny 8. Steve Yant 9. Sean Burden 10. Derek Fox says it won't give me an option to be a member either. Try it. Try it on. Try it on your desktop. See if that helps. Holler at me. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can't. Who knows? You look at the next 5 in no particular order. That's Nikki Hale, Jeff Rickless, Jeremy Michaelis, Chris Saunders, Mark Gilmore. Now, Big Brother, Saunders, and Gilmore are all 1-0. So that bumped them up. You look at Mark. Mark was in the top 25, I think. But Saunders and Big Brother, they were in the bottom. They were in the mid 30s, I believe. Low 30s, and they got up with just 1 win. Of course, Jeremy Michaelis beat Zach McBee. Saunders beat Boo Boo Rivers. Gilmore beat Joe Manning. All of those 3 wins for those 3 guys, the underdog pulled off. Zach was ranked higher than Jeremy. Saunders was ranked lower than Boo Boo Rivers, and Gilmore was ranked lower than Joe Manning. And so they got to move up quite a bit. You pretty much switched spots on some of that. I thought about Sean versus Bobby, and I think that would be a good one. Um, what we're looking at is Duel versus Engel or Duel versus Bobby or Sean. We're working on that. That will probably those are the matchups I want to see. Ideally, you'd have the 3 and 4 guys go together, but it doesn't always work that way. Um, but yeah, if I could get Duel against Engel or one, Duel's been begging for a hunt. Duel has been talking to me every time we see each other at a hunt. He's been shooting me a text message every now and then wanting to hunt, and we love that. We love that. Them guys that are looking to hunt, those are the guys that I'm looking to find a matchup for. But not only do we have to find a matchup for them, we have to find a judge. We have to find a place for them to do it. Um, we have to get the money together every time we do one of these Elite Handler Series events. And so there's a lot that goes into it. You know, one guy says no, uh, he's going to be a long time. If he says no, he's either not going to get a hunt again, or it's going to be a long time. You know, if you're turning down matchups, uh, that's fine. If somebody wants to do that, if someone doesn't want to hunt in the EHS, that's okay. There's plenty of handlers that do. We don't need everybody. Chris Saunders, I agree. It is too dang hot. There is a top 15 guy. Saunders, how you feel about being in the top 15 now? We don't know where you're at because that next 5 is in no particular order. But Saunders is in the top 15. Not only did he get a W, but he got a W in really tough conditions over a really, really tough matchup for him. He's hunting a young dog. He's hunting against one of the best females on the planet. He's hunting against a really good handler in Boo Boo Rivers. And he pulls out a win, so he moves way up. Mark Gilmore moves way up because his dog looked fantastic and beat a handler ranked higher than him. Jeremy moves way up for that exact same reason too. And so, yeah, that's what we got. That's our top 15. Who do you guys want to see next? Austin Gentry. There's another guy that's been begging for a hunt. Him and Ronnie Rowe and Michael Ward, they're all wanting to hunt again, and that's what we like to see. If you want to hunt in the Elite Handler Series and you are on the mat or you are on the roster, um, got to. Justin Koffel says we call Weed the GOAT, but if Scott won everything there is, Weed wins everywhere because he is everywhere. Scott has won when he shows up. There's something to that. Um, but part of being the GOAT is being there. That's part of it. Everybody, I've been on record 100 times to saying Weed's the GOAT. As of right now, I've handled against Weed, I've judged Weed, I've filmed Weed, and I've done that with pretty much all of this top 10. I can't think of a single person I haven't drawn. I don't think I've drawn Bobby Burden or Sean Burden or Zach Burden by some miracle. No, I've drawn Zach. I've drawn Zach. I don't believe I've ever drawn Bobby or Sean. I've been in a lot of casts with them, filming them. Been down to their place. They're a lot of fun. I've drawn Engel. I've drawn Duel. Drawn Ryan. Drawn Billy. Drawn Weed multiple times. Lane Denny, Steve Yant, Nikki Hale. I don't know if I've drawn Rickliffs. I've drawn Rickliffs. I've only hunted against Big Brother one time, and that was in the finals of the Woodshed. I've never drawn Saunders, uh, and I've drawn Mark and judged him both. And I'm going to tell you right now that Ryan Crowson's the hardest one to hunt against for me. Um, he's the hardest one to beat for me. But also, I think that Dustin Weed is still the GOAT because part of, Kobe was great because he was at every game. Michael Jordan was great because he was at every game. He didn't play hurt. He took it as a priority. Weed does the same thing. We can't knock him for that. He's really good at getting the right dog and getting it ready and hunting it hard. And what he's won um, dollar wise, is going to be, I don't know if it'll ever be touched. Because Dustin's still a young man. Dustin has no, I mean, he's got plenty of time left to keep adding to it. So I don't know. That's a good question. The GOAT debate in any sport, even coon hunting, is always a good one. It's always a good one. But I'm a numbers guy. Who's won the most? Brady's won the most championships. Jordan's won the most championships. Kobe, you look at guys like that. Wayne Gretzky was great. Um, there's GOAT debates and everything. To me, there are certain guys that are better at certain things than we, but as far as an overall, from start to finish, you got to get a dog ready. First of all, you got to find the right dog. Let's think of all the steps that goes into being a top tier handler. First of all, you got to find the right dog. Either you buy it, you raise it, train it, whatever. None of them, and people will say what they want, none of them are any harder than the next. You have to have some talent to do any of that. And so you get the right dog. There's step one. You get that dog ready. There's step two. You performing that dog with that dog in a cast. There's step three. That's it. Those are the three main steps to being a top tier handler. Uh, say we rank all them 1 through 10. Finding the right dog, weeds an 8 or 9. Getting that dog ready, he's an 8 or 9. We're going to put showing up as the fourth one. Weeds an 8 or 9. Handling in the cast, he's an 8 or 9, and showing up every week, he's an 8 or 9. Out of 40 points, Weeds got 46 of them. You look at Scott, finding the right dog. Is he as good as Weed? Maybe. Is he as good in a cast? Probably about the same to me, hunting against both of them. Is he as good at being at every event? Nope. That's part of it. That is part of it. But to me, if I pick one guy I don't want to handle against, it's Krause. Ryan is Ryan is my buddy. He's my friend. He's not my friend during that 2 hours or 90 minutes or whatever it is. I love him to death. Him and Yant and all these guys. These are all friends of mine. Most of them. Some of them aren't, but most of them. And yeah, it's different. And there's a lot that goes into it that people don't see. And looking from the outside in, I think some people are just looking for a reason to not pick somebody that's really great. Uh, one thing about Weed is he's not great. He don't do a lot of I can't get him on a podcast. I've been trying to get him on a podcast for 3 years. Uh, he said he'd do it a couple times. We ain't made it work. And every now and then you can tell he don't want to be on it. He blows me off. That's fine. But you look at Strickland, there's another one of the GOAT debates right there. And Strickland, he's awesome on a podcast. He's awesome in front of the camera. He's a good promoter of his dog and the people around him, and he's likable. Strickland's a likable guy, and so that does. And Strickland's great too. I think Strickland might be the best. If it comes to getting a dog ready for an event, out of a 1 out of 10, Strickland's probably a 10. So I don't know, a lot that goes into it, but in that 2 hours, Ryan Croson's the best, in my opinion. I don't know how anybody can argue it. Duel's really good too. Lane Denny's really good. Yant's really good. They're all good. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in this top 10. So, yeah, what else you guys got for me? I know everybody's got some questions. Danny Keller showed up. How are you, Danny? Chris Saunders says he feels great. Looking forward to his next matchup. We're going to get you one, Saunders. Him and that little female are quality. That's a quality combo right there. That ain't the first good dog Chris has had. He's had some good ones. He showed out in the EHS, and we're happy for him. So I know you guys got some other questions before we get to this gold member drawing. Did anybody watch the Hunt and Rig promo? That's a members only promo. I cut that today. What I want out of our members and viewers and all that stuff is I've got the best hunting rig on the planet. And that's bar none. I don't care what anybody says. It's got everything that you would want at a good price, and it's the best. So I want someone to beat me. I want to see it. Hey, Kyle Fenton tipping the coverage of the Youth Nationals was a blast. We had a lot of fun. That is right, Mark. You don't win by just showing up. You got to be there to win, but it ain't a guarantee by any means. Shawnee Knowles watched it. There's another one of our longtime members. He's up. He's in the bag. Shawnee Knowles would be hard to beat in the EHS, folks. May get him a shot here. Someone commented on my Kentucky bourbon. Of course, I just got back from Kentucky. Um, I'm a bourbon guy. I'm a whiskey guy. Try not to drink too much because it's terrible for you. Um, but I do love a really good whiskey, and I love it neat. Now, I opened this bottle of Blanton's earlier this morning so I could let it get some air. We're gonna do a little whiskey talk for just a second. I won't bore you with it for very long. Danny Keller, I've had some whiskey from Wyoming, but there's something about bourbon comes from Kentucky, and they can make it in New York. They can make it in Texas. They can. Garrison Brothers is really good. Widow Jane's really good, but it's Kentucky. And I'm not from Kentucky. I spent a lot of time in Kentucky, but whiskey is whiskey. Bourbon should be from Kentucky. And so I try to just buy Kentucky bourbon. Blanton's is a good example. It's not my favorite. My favorite bourbon is Woodford Reserve Double Oaked so far. My favorite whiskey is Barrel Seagrass. If you guys have not had that, that is glorious stuff. It's finished in apricot barrels, apricot brandy barrels. It's great. But anyway, I opened this bottle of Blanton's to uh, dedicate and celebrate our gold member status and them guys getting ready to get ready to hunt in the EHS. And so I thought that was cool. I don't open a bottle of Blanton's very often, and they're expensive. They used to be like $50 a bottle. Now they're 100 if you could find them. And so anything under 100 on Blanton's is usually a pretty good deal, which is sad because it's really a mid-tier whiskey. It's not as good as Barrel Seagrass. It's not as good as Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Probably not as good as even a Four Roses single barrel if you get the right barrel. But it's pretty good. But it's a status thing. And I hear I am broke, a broke hillbilly. I don't know why I'm opening $100 bottle of whiskey, but it is what it is. So, so who cares? Yeah, we're going to celebrate tonight. Let it go. But anyway, back to the hunting trucks or rigs. As you guys know, I am partial to hunting out of SUVs. I hunt out of a 2011 Kia Sorento. I hunt out of a 1995 Chevy Tracker. My Chevy Tracker is the best hunting rig ever built. And you'll see why on the series. By the end of next week, we will have the first episode up. It will be the benchmark. We'll do the Chevy Tracker. The second episode will be the Kia. I'm thinking about doing one on the Honda 300, just so I can get the scoring criteria down, because this is a 100-point scale. Um, you're going to have to beat me. And I'm thinking there's no way. There's no way. It's the best hunting rig out there. You guys watch that series. It'll be a good one. And I want to, if you guys find a good hunting rig, there's two requirements. It has to be primarily used for hunting with dogs, and it has to be modified in some way. James Rayburn, I bought a bottle of E.H. Taylor single barrel while I was down there last weekend. I came home with a bottle of Blanton's, which I already had a couple in the basement, a bottle of E.H. Taylor, some Willet rye, which their pot still bourbon's terrible, but their rye is really good. Um, some other brand that I've never seen before that they age on the river, and then Blue Run. I got a bottle of Blue Run Reflection One, also good, very good, one of my favorite bourbons. So yeah. Anyway, back to coon hunting or hunting with dogs. If you guys know of anybody with a really good hunting rig, send them my way. Send me a picture or two. I'll travel down there. I'll bring a dog or not, however anybody wants. I'll go hunting with them. I don't care if it's bird dogs, retrievers, whatever. Uh, I will go hunting with them. I will score them. I will come back. Is it a little biased? Sure, because I'm the one doing the scoring. But uh, it'll be fun. That'll be a fun series that can really, because the whole goal of Cane Stream is to take what we do out there in the woods in the dark with our hounds and make it mainstream. Everybody loves hunting trucks. Everybody loves hunting trucks. And so that's a good way to do it. Scott Sifford joining us, one of our oldest gold members. Thanks for being here, Scott. We appreciate it. Maybe your number gets pulled here in a little bit. But yeah, we're 30 minutes into this live stream. I'm already one bourbon and just poured another one in. And I do have to go hunting tonight, and I got to be sober when I get in my hunting rig because even though it is the best hunting rig ever, it does not drive itself. So, you guys got any other questions before I draw these gold members out? Mike had a what kind of bourbon was it, Christine? $29 ain't bad. How about a $150 one before? One pour, $150. All right, Kyle. You may have a deal there. Careful what you wish for. I may be down there because I haven't got to hunt with dogs yet for deer. I was going to go down and hunt with Cody Moreland here a while back. I've been going to go hunt with Honey Bun. It's a long ways for me anywhere you go to go hunt dogs with deer, but I want to do it because it looks to be fun. But these have to be hunting rigs. This is not your daily driver that you just throw a dog box in. All right, these got to be primarily used for hunting. That is one of the stipulations. What else you guys got before we draw these out? Kyle, you get a hold of me come November. We'll try to make it work. I want to do that really bad. That's a one. I think that may be the one dog sport. I've hunted bears, mountain lions, bobcats, of course, raccoons, coyotes, you name it. I would love to see some of them old station wagons guys were hunting out of. There used to be a guy that goose hunted real hard out of old. He had like a whole fleet of white station wagons. That Arkansas matchup should be a good one, Tyler. But you got to remember what time of year it is. What we try to do is go north in the winter, south in the summer, or south in the winter, and north in the summer. And so it's hot down in Arkansas right now. It's hot here. It's hot everywhere. How have you guys hunts been going? I know my pups have been struggling in this dry weather, but we've got some rain and a cold front through today, so I'm looking forward to going out there tonight and seeing if it makes any difference. That's pretty decent stuff. I'd rate the Blantons a 6 out of 10. It's also a single barrel. I remember I was down at Branson one time and stopped at that oh, Bass Pro Shops restaurant thing right there by their motel. Not the big fancy one, not Top of the Rock. We ate there too. It wasn't very good. But I had a pour of Blanton's after supper there one night, and I had some buffalo hamburgers with goat cheese on them or something. They were really good. But I had a pour of Blanton's, and I don't know what bottle and batch that was, but it was glorious. So it changes. Yeah, Brody Julian, it's been rough for me too. Hazel's still treeing coons. She looked pretty decent. She looked like crap one night down at Youth Nationals. But that Friday, she won early. And by all accounts, um, Jace, God bless him. He's still a preteen, but I sent him out by himself. He's been doing this long enough that he can make his own mistakes. He don't need dad there behind him. He can walk to his own dog by himself. I keep a tracking collar on him, and I keep a tracking collar on Hazel. And he can track Hazel off his tracking system. I can track Jace and Hazel off my tracking system, and I sit in the truck. Cree sits in there with me. We have a great time. But Friday late round, um, I hear Hazel get struck. I hear her wheel around behind everything, get away from the cast tree coon. I assume she's got a coon. I don't know if she does or not. I've heard her come on a lot of trees. I assume she has a coon. I see the cast go score it. She gets cut loose with about 30 minutes to go, and she doesn't make another tree the rest of the cast. And at the end of the cast, I picked Jace up and he says, the judge minus me out of the truck, but I'm positive it was Hazel. Positive of it. That kid knows that dog pretty well. But I just told him, I said, everybody hears things different. And I know the judge. Judge is a great dude. I know he didn't minus him on purpose. He probably thought he was wrecked too, and he may have been. But one of the parents came up the next day that walked along on the cast. And I told Jace that, yeah, you took some minus. You probably could have won the cast, should have won the cast, whatever. But your dog also had 30 minutes, half the cast, to tree another coon, and none of that would have mattered. And she didn't. She trailed out the whole cast, ended up picking her up in a miserable spot behind a great big fence in a duck slough. So your dog could have treated another coon, and then that minus wouldn't have mattered. And so that's the lesson I tried to get him to take away from there. But she looked good down there. But other than that, these pups have looked terrible. The mulberries are on, the kittens are running around there in every single tree, it seems like, and they are having a hard time figuring stuff out. So my hunting has not been great here the last few weeks. I know I got back Sunday, hunted Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and I think I've treed one coon with the pups. I'm going to take Hazel out tonight. I'm sure that'll probably get better, especially after this. So, Christine Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace makes a lot of different whiskeys. They actually make blends. They make a bunch. But all right, you guys ready? You guys ready to draw these names or numbers? Let's see. Now, here's what we're going to do. If the gold member is not watching this broadcast, I will reach out to them afterwards. If they are, let us know when I draw it. Um, we've got time. All right, you're going to get your hunt. We're going to see who it is. If say we get a guy from up here around the house and we get a guy all the way down in Georgia, it's going to take a little while to make that hunt. I'd like to have it at the woodshed. I've got a judge. I've got lodging for people to stay. Sean Wood would be more than happy to let people stay. And so that's the goal. But we're going to see where everybody's at. We're going to see where these two hunters are. And what you guys got is you got to hunt against each other. We're going to pick two people. They're going to hunt against each other. They're going to get paid just like the pros do. It is 500 to win. It is 200 to show plus all the bonus money. So you can win up to like $1,200 in this cast with no entry fee. So yeah, it's worth it. You may have to travel, but we'll see. We're going to make it work. We're going to try to make it to where it's convenient for everybody, where we can get it as convenient as possible for both these hunters. And whoever wins, then you get another contract, another hunt in the EHS. You win that one, or you lose that one in spectacular fashion or whatever. We put you on the roster, and you'll get another shot. And so you'll get at least a one hunt contract. You'll actually, the winner of the hunt will get two hunts. And so you're going to get two hunts in the Elite Handler Series if you win your first one, and possibly more. We'll see how you do. If you go out there and get annihilated in your first hunt against one of these, top 40 or 50 guys, probably not going to get you another hunt. But you go out there and your dog treats three coons to their three coons and you get beat on strike, we'll get you another hunt. Your dog looks good. You look good. You look like you get your dog ready. We're going to give you a shot. And so that's it. All right. Here's the bucket. We've got all kinds of cards in there. We're going to get them shaken up. I've got the handlers listed down right here, and we're going to pick them. Nobody's here with me today. I'm obviously home alone. Stacy's not here. Kids aren't here. And so otherwise I would have them do this. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to reach in the bucket. I'm not going to look. And I'm going to pull out a number. And that number is 12. And gold member number 12. And your first gold member to get a hunt in the Elite EHS is Brad Crum. Brad Crum, you are first. I believe Brad's from Texas. I don't know. If you're on here, Brad, let me know. If not, I will get a hold of you tomorrow. But Whoever gets drawn next, they will be facing Mr. Brad Crum. Now, here's another deal. We are going to draw two alternates, okay, just in case these two guys can't make it. Maybe they don't have a dog. Maybe they can't make it any allotted time. Maybe they're too far away, whatever. But those two guys will get a door prize or two. We'll send them some gear. Um, Better luck next time. And then we're going to pick two alternates too. But your first hunter, Brad Crum, let's see who he's matching up against. Now, before I pick a number, Johnny Watkins, Razor Hunting Gear, he is one of our sponsors. If he gets picked, he's been a member for 4 months too. He's been a member from the beginning. If he gets picked, I'm gonna let him hunt. Um, I don't. I'm not. He didn't get any extra numbers. He didn't get any advantage or anything like that. But if he gets picked, I am gonna let him hunt. He's a good dog man. He's just about on the roster anyway. All right. This would look really dumb if he's the next one I pick. I should have mentioned this way earlier. Okay. Oh, making sure I just got one. All right. JD Knight, James Knight, you are the second winner. Dwayne White, you missed it by one number. You were number two. JD Knight was number three. James Knight, he is your next gold member to get a shot to hunt in the EHS, which that's he is from Missouri. I know JD. I assume it's the same James Knight. If you guys are on here, let me know. But it is James Knight and Brad Crum. They are the two gold members picked to hunt in the Elite Handler Series. Let's pick the alternates real quick. Let's see who it is. Number 16, James Arnold. You are alternate number one. James, if you're on here, let me know. I don't know if any of these guys are on here. I haven't seen them comment yet. They may be watching it on their TVs. It's hard to comment on your TV. All right. And the second alternate, number 19. You guys are lucky because that is Joy Dog Food, and they don't get a shot. So I get to pick again. I didn't know whose numbers was what till I put them all in there already. All right. Last number, maybe. Dwayne White. You are number two. I don't know if you guys can see that. Dwayne White is our second gold member behind Scott Sifford. And you are our second alternate. Now, the alternates will get a free Joy hat. And you guys are going to have a shot. If one of these guys can't make it, the alternates are going to make it. And you're going to get some free door prizes and all that stuff. So thank you so much for all of our gold members. I'm going to put these numbers back in there, and that way I can use this again for the next drawing, which I guess I could take the 19 out. That's Joy Dog Food, and I'm pretty sure they don't have any dogs. So there you go, guys. That's it. Brad Crum, JD Knight, James Arnold, and Dwayne White. Those are your four. We've got two alternates and two hunters. So I will get a hold of Brad. I will get a hold of JD, James Arnold, and Dwayne. Dwayne, I got him on Snapchat and stuff, so he's easy. JD Knight, I think I have his number. Brad Crum comments here all the time. James Arnold, I'm not too sure. I'll talk about it. No, Scott, it is not bad. And so, yeah, alternates each get a hat. And we'll see. It just takes a couple cancellations for the alternates to get in there. What we're going to shoot for you guys watching is we're going to shoot for September or October at the woodshed for this gold member hunt. It's going to be towards the end of the summer when the weather gets better. We're going to try to do it in Missouri. One thing about it, your lodging will be free, your food will be free. Um, Even if you lose, you'll probably have enough money to make your gas no matter how far you are. So you really won't be out nothing. You'll get a weekend at some of the best hunting in the world, and that is the woodshed. So you can bring 2 or 3 dogs. We can pleasure hunt. You'll get to hang out with me and Sean. It's pretty cool. It's going to be fun. Uh, it'll be great. Yes, Jim Curtis. I am leaving for Reading, Michigan, probably first thing Friday morning. I'm going to run up there, do the covers for the Pro Sport Truck Series. And I don't know if this plan's going to work. I'm not even going to take the camper. I'm just going to take my shower in my shower house, go up Friday night, do the coverage, go eat supper, sleep in the truck, do the coverage on Saturday, early, late, drive home after the late round. I don't know whether that's going to work or not. I'm going to try it. Uh, I'm only going to be up there one night. It's about a 9.5 hour drive for me, 10 hours. And so if I leave 5 a.m., I get there at 3. I've got plenty of time to set up, do all that stuff, and get the coverage done. So that's the plan. We'll see. But yes, I will be at Reading. Then the week after that, I will be at the Jarvis Umpers Hunt down in Junction, Illinois. So we got 2 big weekends coming up. Got a Pro Sport Truck Series event. We've got a $100,000 event in Junction. And then, of course, it is the 4th of July holiday, which is when I plan on our first Hunt and Rig series to air. So that's it. That's the end of Wednesday Night Live this week. We're going to try to make this a bi-weekly thing, every other week, do a Wednesday Night Live. So share this around. Let everybody know what's going on. Let people know what Cane Stream's doing. Thanks to all the members. Congratulations to all the gold members that got to participate and are going to get a chance to hunt in the Elite Handler Series. And thank you so much for being a member of the channel and doing everything that you do for me personally, as well as Cane Stream Media. So it can't be expressed how much we appreciate you guys. This is a project that I've had on my mind for a long time, and you guys are all a part of it. And we hope to keep it going. And the way to keep it going is to get more memberships and fund this thing. So you guys are doing great. Jim Curtis, thank you very much. I will do my best to have a safe trip. That usually is not the case. It's usually just a trip. It's very rarely safe. So we will see. Uh, yes, thank you, Dwayne. Thank you to all the gold members. We appreciate it. You guys, if you know how to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. If not, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow as far as the gold members that get a chance to hunt in the Elite Handler Series and the alternates. This will be a tomorrow afternoon type thing before I get around to get everything mailed, all the details done, all that stuff. But we got you. You're on the list. We appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you Wednesday Night Live here in about 2 weeks. And remember, Pro Sport Truck Series Friday, Saturday. This week, next week, looking at Junction, Illinois, Jarvis Umpers Hunt. Friday, Saturday, same thing. So see you soon. Make sure and stay tuned for anything. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most of all, hit that join button. So thanks a bunch. Thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to the members. See you soon.